Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great day today. I did not get to do a recap last night. I had to go to the doctor out of town and get back to like 4 o'clock yesterday. But gonna do one today. Today was really crazy. It was a lot of fun, but a lot of crazy stuff. So covering it is almost like a full week's worth of stuff. But that's why we come to this trading, man. It's fun, it's exciting. Even though we come in and we do the same thing every day, we look to do the same thing every day. It's a lot of fun, it's exciting, and if we do it right, it's very rewarding. So I'm going to share with you a question that I get from a lot of my mentees, and it's why am I stuck in my trading progress and not really getting the results I want? It happens to a lot of us. And let me start by explaining this. Okay, there will be times when your trades succeed. There are gonna be times when your trades fail. Wasting time worrying about the outcome of these trades is pointless. Okay, you just want to come in and take one trade at a time. If it's successful, great. You just get back on the horse, go back in and you're going to take the next trade. If it's not, yeah, it'll suck that you had a losing trade. But guess what? If you're going to stay in the game, you still have to come back to take the next trade. So why dwell on the individual trade results? Okay, all that does is it breeds fear into you going into the next trade. And it doesn't matter whether it's a winning trade or a losing trade. If it was a winning trade and you're dwelling on it, what are you going to be thinking about? I don't want this trade to be a loser because I don't want to give back any of my money. Or the next trade, if you coming after a losing trade, I can't afford this trade to be a loser anymore. I've already got a losing trade. Okay, this will keep you from focusing on your trading, and it will keep you stuck in the rut that you're in. You have to get out of that. Okay, you don't want to get stuck sitting here trying to and dwelling on these trades. Again, it's pointless. What are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do? Nothing. We deal with it in reflection, in our journaling, but during the day, no matter what happens to the trade, whether it's a win or a loss, we lock back in and we move on to the next trade. Now, we can celebrate after the market closes, or we can cry after the market closes. When we do our recap and all of that, we'll figure out what happened. But don't get stuck worrying about what's going to happen on each trade, because all that does is breed fear, and it keeps you from doing the things that you need to do in order to be successful. Hold on a second. Let me take this off. This is Alright, so Apple has been playing with my emotions today. This is an earnings trade we took. Since it's already up, I'll cover this first. Here's the low of the announcement candle. Alright, so this candle, it opened up. We started selling off. So I waited until it got under the daily 200. I was not shorting into that. So what I did was I accidentally bought instead of shorting. So I had to quickly flip out of that and then get my shorts in. And guess what it did? If I had left that mistake on, I would have made money. But it bounced, it went back up, and it took me off. It took me out. It took me out right before it started to come back. But guess what? If I'd held on to it, it would have really blown me. So I had to get out when I was supposed to get out. And now, we started coming back. We lost this again, the 200 again, so I gave it another shot. We did get down to 179.50, but it bounced back up and took me out for kind of a base hit here. So I don't know if I want to get back in this again. It's just jumping around. It's just not trading very well. Now it has been selling off for a couple of days coming into earnings. As you can see, this is the daily chart. So we may be tired. We may be tired, and it doesn't have anything in it anymore. But that's Apple. But thankfully I was able to make some of my money back. Maybe half of it, maybe more, I don't know. But we did get this trade in, and I think it turned out pretty good. Amazon was the next one. Now this was an accident. I didn't mean to get in this when I did. What happened was I was getting ready to draw a line at the 52-week high, and I accidentally bumped the mouse against my bracket for my monitors, and it got me in. So I went ahead and traded it. It turned out to be a little base hit, but then once it broke out over the 5-minute announcement candle, this is where we typically get in. I got in. It kind of consolidated for a minute, and then it exploded up, hit my targets. I was looking for 175 for my final target, but it didn't quite make it there. It kind of stalled out at 174.50, and when I changed it to 174.50, this candle did not get back up there, and it just rolled back over. Ended up taking a profit stop. So this turned out to be a really good earnings trade, and I'm not gonna flip it short. I'm done with it for today. Meta was the next earnings trade. I took this on the 2-minute. I wanted to buy this as it was taking out the 52-week high, but which was right here, but I missed it, and so I had to wait for the 2-minute candle. So I got in, took profit along the way, and then this pulled back a little bit, and when it broke out, I went ahead and added back and started taking profit again. But 450 was my final target. That would have been my final target, but this was trading so well, I just left some on, and because I was able to add, I left some on to see if we were going to keep going. Now it's not over. It's not even it's going on 6 o'clock. This can actually run to 460 before 8 o'clock tonight. It can definitely do that. And if we keep holding support, I'm likely going to add to this position. And if I do, I'll email you guys tonight and let you know. But it just depends on how this thing works. But if you see, earlier in the day, this was 5-minute opening range trade. I bought it. It failed. So I had a stop on this, and I had a stop on it and a stop on Nvidia. Same thing. I was buying the breakout. It failed. Ended up having to take it off. Bought the breakout again. Once it made a new high day, it did pull back, but once we got back over that the old higher day I added, and then we just started taking profit. Added back, took some more profit off the table, ended up getting out of it going into the close because I had 3 stocks that were going to report earnings. But look what happened. This thing exploded after I got out. So I could have left the last piece on. I think I had 100 shares left. I could have left it on, but I couldn't watch it. I can't watch all of that. And earnings had the best earning potential, so I had to go ahead and take it off so I could focus on earnings. QCOM yesterday was a disaster. I'm just gonna say that. But guess what? These earnings trades today made up for it. QCOM was a disaster yesterday. And here's me bailing out of the long. I held the long overnight because we were kind of holding support after it sold off. But it didn't turn out well at all. You can see it ended up selling off. So that turned out to be bad. Not all earnings trades are winners. Most of them are, but not all of them are. So QCOM really screwed us. Apple, again, I don't know. This is probably red a little bit, but nothing that we can't manage. All right, so that wraps it up today. I did email the Trader's Mindset chapter we did today. I emailed a video and the PDF to you guys. So if you don't have it, email me and let me know, and I'll see why you're not on the list. Okay, so you guys know I purged the email list, and so only you guys that responded are on the email list, and you're the only ones that's gonna get this. So that wraps it up, and I will catch you guys in the morning.